Hello true believers, Robin Wars #1 from DC Comics just recently came out. This is going to be entailing several different comic book stories that are in the DC universe that all take place somewhat within the Gotham vicinity or somewhat outside, being that Dick Grayson is no longer really in Gotham and he's doing all of these special missions all over the country and all over the world. The focus of the book appears to be that Gotham Police is trying to crack down a bit more on the vigilantism in Gotham City. If you're unaware of this, there's another comic book series called We Are Robins. This series focuses on a bunch of teens who are taking up the Robin mantle and going out and being vigilantes themselves. Originally, I wasn't a big fan of this series because after reading some of the previews, it looked like this was just a band of kids who were trying to look like Robin, and they could be killed off pretty easily, but no one would really make too much of a big deal because they aren't the real Robins. And hey, there's a whole bunch of other Robins just to take their place. Hey, you know what? It has happened a lot, and including this first issue of Robin War, we saw the death of one of the Robins that are part of the gang. The idea is still pretty cool. It's been done before. Marvel Comics did this in the Civil War storyline, where the superheroes had to be registered because of all the vigilantism that was taking place in the country. This is just being confined to Gotham City, but still it is an interesting concept. The Court of Owls appear to be behind a lot of this as well too. What their involvement is hasn't been completely explained, but it looks like they are going to be having some big hand in Dick Grayson returning back. Possibly, maybe, who knows. Dick Grayson's character of Nightwing is officially killed off in the comic book series, but Dick Grayson himself faked that death so that he can be Agent Grayson. All the previous Robins are also involved in this, or at least all the previous current Robins are involved in this. Being that this is New 52, Stephanie doesn't count, I suppose. She technically never took up the mantle of Robin in this universe, but still, I'm glad that Tim Drake is a part of this, even though they're still kind of making fun of him, and it's almost like he is being referenced as the Forgotten Robin, which I hate that because he's the best, coolest, smartest out of all of the Robins. But that's just my opinion, of course. The story is interesting, I will give it that. It's going to be crossing over into miscellaneous other Gotham stories that are happening in the DC universe. The only downside I didn't like about this issue is they changed artists, literally page to page. There's a few pages in concession where one artist was drawing it, which was great, but then they would change it up, and the style felt so incredibly off that it was like I felt like I was reading a different book. Not that I'm saying that one comic book artist is worse than the other, but still, reading from page to page, sometimes I felt like I was reading something else altogether. I don't know why some comic book companies do this. I'm not a huge fan of Damien Wayne. I don't outright hate him, but he does get on my nerves, and I can only read about him so much in comic books. But I have to say, he was really cool in this book, being that he confronted the Robin gang, and he pretty much beat all of their asses. But it is interesting. I'll continue reading the story as they cross over into other issues, and I'll do a video as the story unfolds. That's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review, and I will join you in another one very soon. Peace.